Alright, welcome to EVE Online. I'm Major Freak. So, yeah, this is a recording. I'm just doing commentary. I was in the next system earlier, 10 days, and in the adjacent system, and I'd gotten my bookmark. I'd warped back to it in my frigate. All of a sudden, some guys had just landed and were starting to shoot the structure, so I'm like, oh, screw this, and there was a lot of them. I was quite shocked at the numbers, right? That's a lot. And yeah, incredible amount. And I'm like, oh, geez, they just started. There's a fob next, the pirate stronghold next door. I'm going to jump over there and hopefully get it to half armor before they get there. See if I can get it just below 50% armor, or sorry, hull, then I've got it in the bag, because the laws state in the game, the way the mechanics work is the fleet with the most damage on field gets the reward. So I figured if I could just hold out just long enough. Did I leave my drones behind? I probably did. Yeah, they're worth like, what, 12 million, so it was worth it. I got about 240 million. 200, no, actually, probably like at least 200 million for the kill. But yeah, I think I forgot my drones. Silly me. Yeah, I've been doing that a lot lately. Just totally noob. I haven't been doing pirate strongholds a lot. Yeah, look at these come in. Oh, Jesus. There's going to be a total of 26 omens eventually by the time all these people land. Now, the trick is to MJD out and then warp away. That's how you get out of the the point range, the long point range of the crewers. They don't scram, so you can get away. So he's landed. He knows I'm here. Warps all in, then warps off, thinking I'll flee, and then he can come in and get the reward. That's, or them. I don't think that can. I don't think that's one person. It's be impossible. You'd have to be insane to do that. So here I am going, okay, I might as well. Did I pull in my drones? Okay, I line. Yeah, I'm too busy going, okay, which frickin' jump gate? I'm not familiar with this area, right? So I'm like, oh, crap. And unfortunately, my transit is showing omen, so I can't easily. I gotta scroll down, so there's a bit of a hassle. And I think I'm aligning. Yes, I'm aligning. So I'm all aligning. I hit that MJD, and I get the hell out of there with barely a sliver of armor left. And then I'll warp away. Unfortunately, the drones are going to be left. So I forgot the drones. Yeah, I haven't played for a while, and I'm grinding recently, and I'm leaving my drones left, right, and center. It's so funny. It's like, oh, gotta remember, can't forget. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Getting very sloppy. So that was a loss. And of course, once you flee the field and leave your drones will be popped. By actually, no, the defense fleet won't shoot your drones. It's the response fleet that's triggered by the hauler, and I didn't see the hauler. So yeah, your drones will be left alone. Actually, I should have remembered that. But yeah, heat of the moment, and these things are not important. When I'm trying to get below 50% hull and make sure that it was below enough, despite, say, enemy action, if they had damaged it a bit, I just wanted to make sure. So it was worth the sacrifice of the overs just to make sure I got that hull below 50%. So I just repaired my stuff. I could have used the watch list, but I'm feeling a bit immersed in the game right now, so I'm clicking on the actual hulls. Eh, uh, no adrenaline though. I didn't get adrenaline rush any time during this. It's just I've been down this road too many times to get that. Nice, calm. Forgot about the ogres. Bit frustrated with the rats being on the transit overview. That I need to fix that so they aren't. So if I need to flee, I'm not scrolling. That's the last thing I want to do. And then yeah, these guys are all the same corporation, the same alliance. The corporation is quite large, so I could have just added the corporation to the watch list, but I'm like, screw it, let's do the alliance. So in the future, when I see a whole bunch of neutral spike, I know what the hell's going on. But it's the first time I've seen them. And they didn't honestly need it to make... See, they think that they'll get bounties off these because that when you click on most of, like say you click on the cruisers, you'll get bounty listings in the info sheet on the selected items. So you think, oh, well, it's worth getting a little bit more because we've got a lot of guys on field to get that little bit more bounty, but you don't get bounty. That's unfortunately we learnt that it makes it kind of boring actually, but there's no use in doing that. You should just warp to a safe spot. But it looks like they just warped to 0 and didn't give a, an F. So yeah, it saved you a little bit of time setting up a bookmark past 1500, but they might not even know that. Who knows that if you're on grid but beyond a certain distance, you won't get attacked, right? So what do they care, right? And they've got enough to all those Stormbringers just zap those omens off grid. The omens will orbit at 35-ish kilometers, so I'm pretty sure the range of a Stormbringer is enough to hit those easily. And they group together too. So here it comes. So what I was thinking was, okay, what are they going to do? They're hanging around. They're not leaving. Are they? And I was thinking the worst case scenario is if they send the Dramule in to keep the rats there extensively beyond 15 minutes, and enough that they keep doing that it drags out the timer, because all the rats will disappear after 15 minutes. They'll wander into their fob and disappear slowly after 15 minutes. And the fob has, the Pirate Stronghold, yeah, they changed the name of it. The Pirate Stronghold has 30 minutes to repair, right? So the worst case scenario, they kept flying that Dramule back in and triggering them and keeping that timer reset to 15 minutes all constantly. And at that point, I would have just left, because it's not worth, because after it repairs, they can just get the full reward. But I was counting on them coming back in force and thinking it's theirs now. They can take the Stronghold. So yeah, 6 Arbitrators, 1 Ashamu, 2 Augurs, only 2 Augurs, 7 Couriers, and 26 Omens. And as long as you don't change session or change ship or do anything weird, you can warp back to that fob, Pirate Stronghold, and more rats won't spawn. It remembers what ships warp to it. So I'm just going to warp my little frigate in there because I'm beyond 8,000 kilometers. I can't click and look at. I can only track at that range. So I'm sending my frigate, going to turn it around and send it towards my guys at my corp drive, just in case something tries to attack me, because it will shoot your pod. I should have just clicked on the station there and aligned to it, but I get there eventually. I figure it out right about now. I'm like, oh, why don't I just go for that? A line towards the station. Off we go. And then I go, okay, well, what's going on here? And as you can see, the Stormbringers are just annihilating the cruisers. So they don't really have to worry about incoming DPS when it's just getting blapped off the field so quickly. Yeah, crazy, huh? Yeah, so that was that. And I knew that I would get the reward. I wasn't in a rush. My guys, I warped my guys back on grid. Kind of iffy and dangerous to do that, but as long as you're outside of the 1500 kilometer range, they won't go for you typically. But if you've damaged the structure and you're still on grid, they will warp to you once it's gone. Once it's destroyed, they will warp anywhere on grid to attack anything that's they've aggressed previously. The way it works is if they aggress on you and the structure's destroyed, they will warp anywhere on grid to get to you. So as long as these guys kept them busy, I wasn't worried at all. And as long as the structure was intact, I wasn't worried at all. And checking out, opening up the wallet, I was like, oh, let's make it easy for myself. Let's make the tax rate 99%. So I actually get a blurb in my wallet showing the reward when it happens. I should have done that a while ago. And I'm going to do that right now once I get back in the game. Just so I can, it makes it easier. Deal with the transit overview. Get the rats off that. So yeah, I can warp away, and hopefully next time, because it's easy, I will just be able to have that much more leeway, and the less frustration I feel, the more I'll remember. Like, oh right, I gotta scoop my drones. And more leeway to go, should I scoop my drones? It takes a while for the drones to get back into your bay, right? I think it was worth the sacrifice, because even if I recalled the drones, it would take a while. So yeah, I could have, because there's so little rats on field right now, I could have warped to the fob and recalled my drones. But I was interested in getting the hell off field before any drones went for my guys, which was kind of silly, because I had the time to note, okay, my drones are still there. I'm sure they would have scooped them. Maybe not. They were spread around. No, they wouldn't have scooped them. They would have still been there. It was just not something I'm used to. This situation happens so rarely, right? But in the future, if this happens again, I'll have the overview clear of rats when I click on transit overview. I'll calmly be able to align. I'll leave the drones there and just remember to come back and grab them afterwards, knowing that the Stormbringers will wipe everything off. So it's a loss, and hopefully I never meet these guys again. And it was a unique situation, really. They probably had no idea about the rules of the game when it came to payouts, and I've never seen them before, so they have to be new at doing this. But yeah, interesting tactic, but definitely not for the weak-hearted. That is a lot of ships to control. I'm guessing, it has to be done by multi-boxers. I'm guessing maximum 4 players in that scrum. and just watching how they warp off, it doesn't look like one player. The way things were jumping, yeah, it's at least between 2 and 4 players for sure. But yeah, good for them. They make a lot of iskies, and why not? Got that many. But yeah. They could be a bunch of people who were doing home fronts, and they realized, hey, we're multi-boxing crazy hard against these boring home front stuff. Let's try joining up and going after a pirate stronghold. Anyways, yeah, no loot to be had. Should have scooped the drones. Couldn't have done it in the beginning, even if I'd lined properly and got all. I wanted to make sure it went below 50% hull. If I'd gotten it below 50% hull before they showed up, or as they were showing up, like it was just 30 seconds more, and I would have gotten there. I would have gone, okay, I don't need to do any more damage, I'm good. And then I would have scooped my drones, and then I would have had enough time while aligning for the drones to have gotten back on board, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. But yeah, it was just a unique situation. It's rather interesting. And I think they warped off to a station in Jarzalad. Pretty sure. Like it was like they warped off somewhere. I'm like, where are they going? And it looked like it was just a station without any Stargate nearby. So I could be wrong. They could be warping off to another fob or something. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully that was interesting. It was sure. It wasn't heart pounding for myself because I knew exactly what to do, and I'd almost gotten it below 50% hull. So I was absolutely confident in what was going to happen next. It was just being patient. That was it. All right. Have a good one.